Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video, I'm going to be decluttering my entire house. So I'll be working my way through the house room by room, quickly going through closets and drawers to see what I can get rid of and start this year off with a little less clutter. I'll be collecting everything that I'm decluttering into one pile. That way at the end, I can see just how many items will be leaving our home. And I was shocked at how large the pile was because honestly, I didn't think I'd find that many items to declutter, but you'd be surprised if you go through your entire house just how many items you can find to declutter out of your home. So a whole house declutter is something that I like to do at the beginning of every year. Even if there's not that many items to get rid of, it's just an easy way to stay on top of the clutter and it's easier to keep your house clean. Obviously, the more minimal you can keep your home, the easier it will be to keep it clean. And if you're wanting to establish a good daily cleaning routine for this new year, the first step is going to be to do a whole house declutter and organize, which sometimes can feel very overwhelming. So you could just work one room at a time. Each week you could plan to declutter and organize just one room, and then after a few weeks your entire house will be complete. Or each day you could just declutter a small space, like one day declutter your closet, the next day your dresser, and so on. I have decluttered my house so many different times over the last couple years, starting with the year that we moved twice in 1 year. That year was my largest declutter, and then each year got easier from there because not only is there less to declutter, but you're also more conscious about what you're bringing into your home. And here's a quick look at my closet. It feels good to have this floor clean, and I've got my shoes over here on this little bookshelf. Jackets and bags are hung up over here. I've got a few things up on this top shelf, and then over on the other top shelf I've got these foldable bins from Amazon that I put some tags on, and these bins are just for my winter clothes. I've got memories, swimming, different things like that up there. And then over here is my shirts, sweatshirts. Down here is all of my skirts, and I just have these organized by length, and then the dresses are organized by length as well, and then also color. And that is my closet. It's really helpful to have a bag in your closet or a basket. I had that Old Navy bag in my closet for the last couple of months, and I was just, whenever I had an item of clothing that I knew I didn't want anymore or that didn't fit me, I would just put it down there in that bag, and it made going through my closet so much easier because I already had this bag full of clothes. I just quickly went through my clothes, and I pretty much already had everything in this bag that I wanted to get rid of. So this closet is my home decor storage closet, and I have a hard time getting rid of anything out of this closet just because we're always doing different room makeovers and house projects and organization, different things like that. So I like to have a few extra items on hand. Up here I have extra peel and stick wallpaper and greenery, my fall decor. I have boxes for different YouTube items like computer items and things like that, extra frames and curtain clips and lamps. But what I've kind of said is I will keep whatever I can store in this closet. When this closet starts to get too full, then I have to get rid of something. For the job that I have, it's just really nice to keep a small storage of these items. It's come in handy so many different times when we've been working on projects, and now that we're doing an entire house renovation at my brother-in-law's house, I'm sure I'll be using quite a few of these items, and I've already taken out a few items. So as you can see, I'm just working my way room by room through the house. That closet was in the little hallway between our bedroom and bathroom. So now I'm quickly going through the bathroom to see if there's anything I could get rid of, and I do try to keep our bathroom items minimal because I feel like the one place that can really start to get cluttered quickly is your bathroom. You can collect so many different products that you don't really need, or you'll try something new before you finished up items that you already have. So over the years, I've just really tried to keep the products that we have in here at a minimum, and I would rather invest in just a few minimal, good quality items that I need than to just have these drawers and cabinets full of a ton of different random products. And then you also have room to keep everything in the drawers and cabinets, and you don't have to have a lot setting out on the countertop. We also apply that to the shower as well, and just only keep products that will fit on our shower shelves. And the containers that I have in this vanity are from Amazon, the clear plastic containers. They come as a set off of Amazon, so I will link those down below. And then the larger bins, those were from Hobby Lobby. They do have all of their organizational products out right now, so be sure that you go and check those out. They have all different colors and just a great variety of items. And then some of the smaller blue containers were from the Dollar Tree. That's another great place to go for organizational products on a budget. You can usually find quite a few different items there, especially when it comes to smaller containers like this for bathroom drawers. I'm now in the boys' bedroom going to quickly go through their toys to see if there's any we can get rid of and get these reorganized. So like I said earlier, once you declutter your home, it starts to make you very conscious about what you're bringing into your home. And a few tips that I have for that is when you're heading to the checkout at the store, scan your cart and see if there's anything you could put back. Is there an impulse buy in your cart or things that you're probably going to be decluttering the next year? That's just the first most important step in keeping your home clutter free, is to just be very conscious of what you are bringing into your home. And when it comes to online shopping, sometimes I will just leave items in my cart overnight, especially if I'm online shopping at night, because the next morning you may realize you don't really need that item or items, or maybe you'll take half the items out of your cart. It can just be helpful sometimes to sit on it for a day or two. And I also want to add, if you have any decluttering or organization tips, ways to keep your house clutter free, please share those down below in the comments, because I'm sure they'd be very helpful for everyone watching, and I would also enjoy reading through all of your tips as well. I wanted to go through the boys' dresser and take out clothes that they've outgrown and take an inventory of clothes that they need. Some of their clothes were in the washer, so these drawers weren't that full. I do try to keep the kids' clothes fairly minimal though, and I have 3 boys, so everything gets passed down. Of course, the play clothes usually don't make it through too many years though. In this top drawer is Kyle's shirts and socks, and the bottom drawer is Owen's shirts and socks, and they have drawers for PJs and a cabinet for pants. You can see that I have these drawers labeled, which helps when the boys are putting away their laundry. They can see where the items go, and it helps them to find clothes when they're getting dressed. So now I'm done going through the boys' bedroom, and there I showed you everything that is leaving their bedroom. There's a small bag of trash, a bag of items to donate, some clothes that are going to Levi's room, and when I'm decluttering, there's always 3 different categories, which is probably pretty obvious. That is a pile for donations, and then trash, and then items that I can sell. Now I'm going to clean the kitchen and then quickly go through the kitchen and see if there's anything that could leave. I have gone through the kitchen several times over the years and I feel like I've gotten it down to a good amount of items that I actually use. The kitchen is another area that I feel like can get cluttered so quickly because over the years you collect so many different random items in your kitchen, utensils, small appliances, and just so many different little things and gadgets that you end up not even using that often. And I'm someone who doesn't like to store much on my kitchen countertops. When the kitchen's clean, I love for the countertop to be clear and fairly minimal. So by just only keeping what I need in my kitchen cabinets and pantry, I have room for most everything in the cabinets and drawers and the closet. Now, something I do need to get more of in my kitchen is silverware and bowls. That is on my list to purchase soon. This is everything leaving the kitchen, and these dishes I had gotten at a thrift store over 10 years ago, and I've probably only used them maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 10 years, so I decided to just donate them. I did end up keeping the 5 teacups and little plates that go with them, but everything else did get donated. This sideboard in our dining room was a DIY project. This is 2 of the Ivar cabinets, and we just joined them together and attached them to this wall to make this floating sideboard. This is where we keep most of our games, and then the other side is where the boys have their school books and coloring books. They use this area every single day for school and coloring. They are coloring and drawing every day, multiple times a day. So I like to go through this cabinet every couple of months and just go through the coloring books, see if there's any I can throw away and get things reorganized. So now it is day 2 of decluttering and organizing. This was a 2-day project. So now we are on day 2, finishing up, working our way through the house, decluttering and organizing each room. I'm now in Levi's room and just quickly going through his toys. I'll also be going through his clothing, packing away things that are too small, and just taking inventory of clothing that he needs as well. Now I'm going through Levi's closet and going through the clothes that he has in here and different baby items that I could pack away and donate. And I also needed to try and find him more 2T items because I knew that I had more stored in here. Okay, so here is everything that is leaving Levi's room. We got toys to donate and clothes that I'm going to hand down to his little cousin, and just quite a few different random things that can leave his room. I'm surprised that I actually came up with this many items. And here's a quick overview of his closet. This is his closet where I store some of his clothing, and then in here is where I store clothes that he is going to grow into. So in the different bins, I have like all of the 4T clothes and all of the 3T clothes, the 5T clothes, and then also clothing that I want to hang on to that he's growing out of just for memory's sake. And just some random things on these shelves, some memory items, and then his little shoes and some swim clothes in that basket. On the left side of the closet, I store all of our travel items just because he doesn't need the entire closet, so I can use half of it for storage for all of the travel items. So I've got my travel bags at the top. We've got some empty organization containers up there at the top, and then down here I've got our smaller suitcases, and then also his backpack carrier, and down here on the floor all of our larger suitcases. And that's pretty much everything in his closet. I do have a few other little items over there in the corner, but just have it pretty minimal in here. This is his toy area. This is going in the donate pile. He keeps carrying that over here and saying that he's flying. This is all of his toys that I decided to keep. I did get rid of quite a few that I knew that he didn't play with, and a few of these he doesn't play with, but I'm just hanging on to for when his little cousins come over to play. I like to have a few little baby toys for them to play with. On these hooks here on the wall, I've got two of his blankets, his little backpack, and his little hat. This hook rack I got on clearance at Walmart for probably like $5, maybe 3 years ago. And I'll also quickly show you what I have in his dresser. Here on top, I do still have his changing table. He barely fits on this. And then in this basket, I've always kept his diapers and his wipes in this container. In these two top drawers, I've always kept all of his little socks and hats and bibs in this left one. And then in the right one, I keep his little lotions and comb and different things like that. The second set of drawers have always been his clothes here on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, I keep some baby books and his travel sound machine, little trash bags for his trash can. And I've talked about these drawer dividers quite a few times on my channel. I will link them down below. We have them in just about every dresser in the house, and they are just so nice for organizing your clothes in the dresser. It's really nice because you don't have to put like actual foldable bins in your dresser. You can just pop these in. And in the last two drawers, I have got all of his diapers on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side, it's usually just wipes and then his little wipe containers, but I've also got some extra diapers over here as well. Okay, so this is everything that I decluttered out of my home. I went into this declutter and organized thinking that I wouldn't find very many items to get rid of, so I was shocked in the end when there was this many items. That large picture and the pillows are going in that renovation house we're working on, and then I do have 2 returns, but everything else is donations, trash, or items to sell. I hope that you enjoyed this whole house declutter and organized video, and I hope that it gave you some decluttering and organizing motivation today. Let me know down below if this inspired you to declutter some spaces in your home, and it would be neat to see a picture of how large of a pile of items you were able to declutter from your home. Thank you all so much for watching today, and I'll see you next week with a new video. And in next week's video, we are starting on that new renovation house, so stay tuned. Bye.